Okay, I'm gonna do my best not to go into full all-out rant mode here, okay? So here's the thing. So that thing came out, and I remember I first saw the picture, and let's bring up that picture. Here's the graphic that everybody is talking about. This image here that you see, Enter the Night, which sounds like a really bad 1970s gay porn title, but whatever, was for October 2015. So this image comes out, and I remember I see it, and I was like instantly intrigued. Like, what's this? Who is right now hearing an anime movie? Take my money! Like, who? But that is where my joygasm ended. Because then I'm like, well, what's the source? There's got to be a really cool source. This came out of Warner Brothers. This came out of a guy who we know did this, blah, blah, blah. Here's what this image is. And let's bring this picture up one more time. Let's bring this up. Here's what this picture is. It is a random, unverified, anonymous picture on Imager that somebody then shared on Reddit. Nobody knows who it came from. There was absolutely no verification to its authenticity, no evidence at all, not a shred of anything to suggest this could be real. There is nothing in the world, and I read every site that ran, well, I couldn't read every site that ran this as a story because every site did. But there was absolutely no shred of evidence to suggest this is anything other than some 14-year-old with moderate Photoshop skills who just put together a graphic and threw it online. Nothing! Nothing at all!
My question is about Box Office Mojo. I've loved this site since 1999, and I can't believe that Amazon and IMDb just shut it down. That's horrible. What's your reaction to this shutdown, and did you also use this site in the past? Thanks, and keep up the great work.
This brings me to a rant that I go on once in a while that really makes me upset, and it's this whole notion about the internet movie sphere right now is a joke. It's degrading at a rapid pace. There are no standards, and the quality is dipping insanely. And yet, sites picked it up and ran with it as a story. Oh, some third-party company put it on their Twitter that we might see a trailer, and then it was pulled. And now then everybody starts running, Batman versus Superman trailer, gonna be this thing. Nobody ever said, nobody in any official capacity ever said that there was going to be a Batman versus Superman trailer attached to The Hobbit. And I said on Movie Talk, anybody who's telling you that there is are lying to you. Nobody has actually said there is, but it just became this commonly believed thing that with The Hobbit was going to be a Batman versus Superman trailer. And we tried to tell people, no, it's not. No, it's not. Indiana Jones 5 is happening. It's like you just misled your readers. It was completely false. You based it on nothing. And it's infuriating to me that that's, because I love the online movie sphere. I've been involved with it since 2003. I love this space. And it infuriates me when I see sites, we're a joke. The flagrant disrespect that the movie news web sphere, of which I am a part of, and I have been guilty of this in the past. That's part of the reason it gets me pissed off, because I know this is something inadvertently I have done too, and it really irks me. And I'm sorry I go off on this, but I love the online movie space so much that it infuriates me to see us treating it with such disrespect. Yes, but Superman is vulnerable to magic, and Thor's hammer is based on magic, and look, no, it's Superman, it's Superman, it's Superman, it's Superman, okay? Just deal with it, okay? It just is. We're becoming a joke. The whole online movie world is becoming a frantic joke. We all stood back and said, no, 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 you'll see, as we take over the internet, and as the internet movement takes over the movie space and movie journals, stuff like that, you'll see that we'll be as good or better than the traditional media outlets happened. Well, what happened? The traditional media outlets were right. We're a joke. Why do you need the Justice League? Superman can fix it. If you follow through with Superman to his logical end, Superman can go and stop whatever problem there is. And if there's something Superman can't stop, Cyborg ain't gonna help. There was nothing to support that this was real. If there was at least something there. It's a great looking picture.
I thought it kind of looked scary. I'm not gonna lie.
His name is Battle Cat.
I know, but just.
I'm sorry, Ashley. Did you want Battle Kitten?
I thought he looked a little cuter. Like I was picturing cuter, and then this picture was really intense.
Did you want Huggy Time Pussycat?
A little bit.
You wanted? This is Battle Cat, damn it!
You got Battle Cat.
Battle Cat. We got Battle Cat. Supposed to intimidate, drive fear, feline fear, into your heart. That's right. There was nothing. Because when I first moved to LA, I moved into this apartment on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. Because
because I was stupid. I thought, oh, I'm going to move to LA. I'm going to live right on Sunset Boulevard. $2,700 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment? Sure.
Should Superman be weak to kryptonite? I mean, that's what we're doing.
Like I said, you're running the risk of building that wave of hype and then hitting your crescendo too soon. Hey guys, we all know a little bit about, Premature Crescendo, right? I'm just saying, am I right?
Is one of the best guy moments in the history of film. The North Korean Taekwondo team is lined up across from the American Taekwondo team. It's the medal ceremony. The North Koreans win, but only because in the last match, the American decided to hold back because if he hit the Korean again, he might have killed him. And it's this dude, Daehan, who earlier in his life had accidentally killed the American guy's brother in competition, and that's the guy he spared. And so these two teams are lined up against each other, and they go and they give the gold medals to North Koreans, but after he gets his gold medal, Daehan, beaten and bruised from his fight with Tommy, he starts to limp and drag himself across the aisle and comes to face with Tommy, and he says, I deeply regret, in his very, very broken English, I deeply regret the loss of your brother, and I offer myself to you as your new brother. And he takes the gold medal off and puts it on. I'm getting so excited thinking about it. I love this movie. Best ever.
So you like that?
I love that movie. That ending is so good.
So it's just okay, right?
Yeah,
it's so
just
good.
all right.
I think there are ways you can modernize Power Rangers and, get it away from the campy thing that we had in the old TV show, and you can do something cool with it. So while I don't think it's a good idea, I haven't written it off completely. Like, they're doing it. I still don't think it was that great of an idea to do it, but they're doing it. There are ways to do it so that could turn out and be really good. So look, if you're a Power Rangers fan and you didn't like that short film, don't be turned off with the idea of a movie. Because that short film has nothing to do with what they're going to make a movie out of. Do not be discouraged, all right? I mean, I watched it, and I thought, this has nothing to do with Power Rangers. It's a generic sci-fi action fan-made short film with a Power Rangers paint job put on it. But by that I mean they just slapped the costume on a couple of them and gave a couple of the characters the right names. Other than that had nothing to do with Power Rangers. This fan film, that wasn't even Power Rangers. Lion-O, the leader of the ThunderCats. I know I'm going into deep, geek waters with a lot of you guys right now, but Lion-O, who is Lord of the ThunderCats. You have to understand, they come from a planet that is gone now, and they escaped on a ship, and it crash lands on this other world, and they went into hibernation chambers, right? But something went wrong with Lion-O. He was a 12-year-old boy. Something went wrong with him, and he aged as they traveled. They didn't realize. So they get out, and now he's this huge, muscular, heir to be Lord of the ThunderCats, right? But he's a 12-year-old boy. So Lion-O, Lord of the ThunderCats, they crash in the emblem jewel, the sword and the stone, if you will, for the ThunderCats is the sword is the Eye of Thundera, gives Lion-O a lot of power and whatever, the kind of thing he goes. And then when he needs help, he just goes, thunder, 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 ThunderCats, ho! And holds up the sword. It puts a bat signal up for all intents and purposes up into the sky. Then all the other ThunderCats know, hey, Lion-O's in trouble. Let's go help him. Anyway, it would be hard, but I've got to believe at some point somebody's going to do it. You're going to talk about any conversation with the greatest screen villains of all time. It starts and it ends with Darth Vader. We are a pack of idiots. It's just a bunch of nerdy fanboys and fangirls around the world. That is what we are, but we are more than that. And you guys prove that to me every single day when you say we collectively, as a group of fans, we can be human beings and we can do some good things because we have this community, the sons and daughters of AMC, we have this community of people that we all belong to, and collectively, if we want to do something good, we got the power to do something good.
Hemsworth is terrible. I'm not going to pull any punches here. He's terrible. He's a terrible actor. He's fine in Hungry? No, he's not. He was fine in Expendables 2? No, he is not. Then some genius in Hollywood had this idea. I got an idea. Let's get a movie with Gary Oldman and Harrison Ford, and we'll make the lead Liam Hemsworth over those two. Gold idea. And he's awful. He is wood as wood gets. But here's the look, I'm not saying he can't become a great actor. I think his brother's very, very talented. I think Chris is a very, very good actor. He's not just Thor. I think he's really great. And Liam could become a great actor in the future, I have no doubt. But for right now, he's awful, and I don't want him anywhere near Independence Day.
So you don't want him cast as Indiana Jones? is
Also
what you're saying.
not a good follow-up to Indiana Jones, no. Here's my feeling on this. I think Kickstarter is a magnificent creation to help content creators, independent content creators, who have a vision for things, who can't find a traditional way of getting their projects done, to bring it to life. And a great example of that is this little movie called The Death of Superman Lives What Happened, created by a guy sitting at the table with me, John Schnepp. And you know, I've had other friends who've had little creations they want, these invention ideas, and they make them, and then they come to life and all that kind of stuff. That's great. I do then and I now have a big philosophical problem, though, of multimillionaires going to Kickstarter and asking people to cover their financial risks for them. I have a problem with studios that own copyrights who are worth billions of dollars going to fans and saying, hey, we don't want to assume any financial risk in this. Can you give us the money to it? And remember this, Kickstarter is not an investment. It's not like if you contribute to the Kickstarter and the Kickstarter blows up that you're going to make money off it. No, no, no. You're just giving the money, and maybe you'll get some swag or whatever back, but you are assuming the financial risk of people there. And I think that's awesome for independent content creators like a John Schnepp or some creators and stuff like that who don't have other avenues to get these things done. But when you're millionaires, because people are only going to donate so much money. And I'm sorry, but if Death of Superman Lives is coming out at the same time on Kickstarter as the Veronica Mars movie is coming on Kickstarter, well then I want the people I know, if they're going to donate $30, I want them to donate it to the guy, John Schnepp in this case, who this movie can't get made any other way. I want the money going there. I don't want money going to multimillionaires. I remember about a year ago, shortly after the announcement came out that Disney now bought Lucasfilm, stuff like that, somebody wrote in an email on Mailbag, and we addressed it. And I kind of scoffed at them at first, right? Because the question was, do you think Disney can get permission from 20th Century Fox to play the 20th Century Fox logo at the beginning anyway, just for nostalgia's sake? I'm like, that's so stupid. And I thought about it. You're right. I wanted to cry. You're right. The idea that I'm going to see a Star Wars movie without that dun 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 dun.
Maybe
Like,
Disney can rip it off and just have the Magic Kingdom, you know, with like doing the same exact with the lights and everything. Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
I was done. I have nothing. You guys covered it. Fox, yeah.
I mean,
you know.
I always thought those were lightsabers in the corner. I always thought when I was a kid.
But the boxofficemojo.com redirects to IMDb for a day, and TheWrap runs a headline. Now, the reason a lot of people are thinking that Box Office Mojo shut down is because TheWrap, a reputable, high-standard site, runs this headline, Box Office Mojo has been observed in IMDb. And they write in their article that Box Office Mojo has been, these are their words, shut down. But they based it on nothing. And a lot of these websites running these headlines of rumors of Batman versus Superman being split into two. Others, a lot of these headlines were reports claim that blah. Rumors and reports? You made the frickin' rumors and reports! This wasn't a rumor until you started spreading this BS. We passed our initial goal in hour 3 of doing our 24-hour marathon. And then you guys, you kept giving, and you kept giving, and you kept giving. This wasn't a report until you said it was a report. This is one of those examples where the movie news sphere online created their own big typhoon of confusion for the fans. Why? Because they just wanted the hits. Look, you just want hits. Everybody online wants hits. There's nothing wrong with that. Craving success, that's great. Do what BuzzFeed does. Make fluff pieces, make top 5 lists. We all do that. You're not confusing your audience. You're not spreading misinformation. You're just putting up good stuff that gets a lot of hits, and do that. Don't intentionally mislead your readers and the whole damn community. This is what makes our whole industry a joke.
Like I'm just watching Drago just kill the movie and throw the damn towel, man.
Our audiences, our readers, our viewers deserve better than this crap that we've been putting out. We are not secondhand viewers. We are not secondhand fans on the internet. We deserve the same type of standards and integrity that we get from the New York, newspapers, or from CBS News, or from whatever else. Those standards apply. You don't get to treat our fans and our viewers and our readers like secondhand citizens saying, we don't need to worry about our standards. We don't need to worry about checking facts. We don't need to worry that we're actually communicating the truth. Yes, you do. So get back on the damn horse. Anyway, rant ended. Sorry, did you guys have anything else you wanted to add to that?
What he said.
Okay, what's next? You made the frickin' rumors and reports!